Okay, traders. Yes, welcome again to Awesome Forex and welcome to our weekend to weekend analysis. As usual, we keep on digging deeper on the market. We keep on digging deeper on the concept of analyzing the market and mainly having those projections for the coming weeks and coming days and everything now. So welcome to our weekend analysis, and remember, here is our homepage, so you get everything here. You have connection to those major areas. We have the major buttons there, so you can click any button there, and if you're using computer, you'll have access to those buttons straight from the homepage. But for those who are using phones, they can have access to those links that can direct them to major buttons there. So welcome to Awesome Forex, and our today's analysis, as usual, we are going to see analysis on gold now. We are going to see analysis on gold. We're going to see a detailed analysis. Today we're going to see we're going to dig deeper to see in detail what is expected to happen in the market for the coming week. And also this is related with what has already happened this week, and it was projected. So this is a continuation. We don't start analysis afresh, no, we're just adding things to what has happened, and then this gives us a projection of what is expected to happen next. So now this is gold, and specifically I'm going straight, maybe starting with the weekly, because analysis is based on major time frames like weekly. I deal with daily, and also I concentrate on the 4 hours and the hourly time frame. So now always let us see what is expected to happen, and mainly based on what was done last week. Remember, analysis are based on price action, that is the things like based on price action tools, things like trend lines. We have those supporting the resistance, and also wave counts are incorporated. Wave counts are also incorporated in this analysis, so make sure that you understand both. If possible, you have to understand both the wave counts and the price action things. But if you understand price action tools, it is enough. Also, it is enough. Wave counts is like additional, because there are very few people who use wave counts. So now remember, we do the top down. Always we start with the higher time frames, going to the lower time frames. That's very important. So make sure that you watch till you find that I'm explaining the market projection in a hourly time frame. That is my lowest time frame, a hourly. But once you want to make trading decisions, make sure that you go down below hourly time frame. You can focus on 30 or 15 minutes to find an entry. So now, based on the price action tools, remember last week we had this in a weekly time frame. Remember, last week we had this bullish candle, a very strong bullish candle, and mainly our focus was on this broken white trend line. We had this broken white trend line, that was our focus. And also additionally, we had this resistance was also broken. So once this candle was crossed, so we were focusing on retesting this broken trend line. That was our focus, retesting this broken trend line and resistance. But additional, now we had this very strong, a blue thing there. Maybe I can change this. We had this blue resistance, also a trend line. Now we had this blue trend line. Now it was respected several times. So last week price hit that blue trend line. So now hitting that, it was giving us a picture that now market will be rejected, because it is just like a principle. It is mostly likely to be rejected. If a trend line was rejected several times, it is mostly likely to be rejected also. So in addition to that, if we were looking for rejection, in addition to that, we were looking for retest to this white trend line. Now we were looking for a retest now to this white trend line, and also it was a retest to this resistance. So we had several reasons or several factors of confluence for market to drop this week. Now always those things were presented in our last week analysis. So if you have not watched it, make sure that you watch this in order to get just a link, and then to have continuation of what was discussed and what is going on now, and this gives us a direction of what is expected to happen next. So now, if you have not watched that, you can watch it. So mainly in a weekly time frame, we are still looking on retest. We are looking on retest. So when we are when we will be moving to lower time frames, we will be looking on maybe that retest is completed or not. That's a focus. We'll be focusing on whether that retest is completed or is still underway. So now going to daily. Now we're going deeper. And I'm focused on price action tools, things like trend lines, and also I focus on wave counts. Now those are the major areas of focus: trend lines, and we have support and resistance, plus the wave counts. Now based on wave counts, now we have the third wave getting completed here. Now the third wave is completed. And this is in a particular degree. Now in a particular degree, the third wave is complete. And also we have the fourth wave. Now we are running in the fourth. So based on wave counts, we are running in the fourth. So a fourth wave is running toward retest in this broken trend line and broken resistance. So the fourth wave is running toward that. So now, in relation to the idea of depth of correction, we can maybe measure by using Fibonacci level to identify how deep that correction is going to move. Now we're going to see the depth of correction. Now the depth of correction, based on the idea of the depth of correction in the fourth wave. Now we're looking at this degree. Based on the idea of depth of correction in the fourth wave, mainly it is expected to move to about 0.38. Now it is expected to move to about 0.38, or the 38%. So if we measure a Fibonacci tool here, and it is Fibonacci retracement from the level where the third wave started, now we project it to the peak now of the third wave. Now you will find that 38%. Now mostly it is 38, but sometimes it may move up to 50 now. So 38%, it is within this resistance. And specifically this resistance wasn't touched since price passed this. Now since price broken this, it wasn't retested. So we expect this downward move in the fourth wave. It will be a retest. To this broken trend line and broken resistance. So that is an overview now. As we are going to lower time frames, we'll find exactly how that move is going to be, and we'll find other factor of confluence on this particular direction, and we'll know how are we going to trade. So remember last week also, from the projection that we did last week, we took some trades now, and for this week we had two trades. We had only two trades because market was in a corrective mode. So if market is moving in a corrective mode, it's very risky now to trade. It is very risky to take trades. So you will have just very short movements. So one of the projection was yesterday. Now one of the projection was shared on TradingView. Now this was from the it was in a lower time frame. Now it was from lower time frame, and it is 23 hours ago. We projected a buy trade. Now we projected a buy trade because all movement to the downside are corrections. So buy trades now were the favored one because the direction of the trend is in an upward direction. So we had this, and mainly based on what was shared, we're expecting market to move up to this point, but specifically we supposed to put our targets to a 1:1. Actually we focused on the 1:1. This was 1:1 point something, but specifically our targets were in a 1:1 exactly. So now I will show those trades maybe. Now always market we traded this. Now we traded this. We had some trades closed manually and some trades hit take profit. That was now it was 19th, and yesterday was 19th. So if we check 19th, this was 17th. I said that we took 2 setups, we traded 2 setups this week. So 19th, if you see this, 19th of November now 2021, we had this trade. This was closed manually. We had this heated TP, those 2 trades now, they heated take profits, and we had this one closed manually, and all were the buy trades, and those buy trades were from this setup. We had some buy limits there. So once it opened those buy limits and moved to the top, we had some TP there, but we were expecting this may go far to this level, but it failed to reach those levels and then turned down, and this was yesterday. But some trades were taken on the 17th. Some trades were taken on 17th of November 2021. So we had some trades there, some trades there, and always we closed in profits. Some were cancelled, 2 trades were cancelled but some trades here heated TP. So this week, because we were in a corrective mode, we focused on very few pips, and also we were trading in small account. Do you see those things? Balance 171, and also balance raised it to 274. So because we were focusing on very short targets, so we were trading on smaller accounts now. But those long targets, impulsive moves, those trades that we hold for somehow very long, they are traded on large accounts, and also the focus is on many pips. So now we are in a hurry now, and we have seen what was done last week. So now we are in a daily. Moving to 4 hours, maybe we can have a detailed view of the market in a 4 hours and see some additional things. Now in 4 hours, you will find that we had this trend line. Maybe something that I can talk here is we had this trend line, and this trend line was respected several times. Now yesterday it was now successfully broken. So breaking this trend line, it showed that now market or sellers now, they are at least taking control of the direction of the market, but it is mainly in a short term. This control of the market by sellers, it's just in a short term, and it is in a corrective mode. So now, as I've said, how far correction is going to move, we expect it to end to around this area, when it will be retesting this trend line together with this resistance. But at the same time, we have this something in brown. This one, something in brown. This is not a resistance. Actually, we incorporate the idea of order blocks. So we expect, we had this movement to the downside. It is when now in particular time frames, and specifically in a hourly, you can find an order block here in the hourly time frames. It is when certain orders were corrected here, and then after correction of those orders, strongly the now price was pushed up. So we expect, once price moves to this level, where it left strongly, we expect that it will also have a power. Now those buyers who came in at this area, once price reaches this level, we expect they may come in again. So now we expect to keep on buying once price has reached this level. We expect to keep on buying once price has reached this level. Now, how deep this is going to be, this movement to the downside, as usual, we can incorporate Fibonacci extension now. We can incorporate Fibonacci extension, whereby we'll start from the beginning of this wave A to where it ended, then we project it from wave B now, putting it to that level of wave B. You will find that wave C, in most cases, is expected to move to about 1.618 of wave A, 1.618 of wave A, but sometimes it may move to 1.23 or anything else, but maximum, mostly we expect to see it to 1.618. So we expect now this must extend up to 1.618, whereby it is also a confirmation for price to reach this level next week. price may hit this level, but after hitting this level, what we're supposed to expect? We have to expect a turn to the upside. But anything may happen, because it is not guaranteed that this level it is not guaranteed that this level is going to reject price. No, sometimes may break to the downside, but a direction that has got many confluence is bouncing to the upside. Bouncing to the upside, that has got many factor of confluence, and this bounce will be in a continuation to the upside to complete the fifth wave. And mainly the level at which this fifth wave is going to take, whether maybe it's going to end here or there, it will depend on the formation, the market, or the structure of the market. When it will be forming this fifth wave, it will help us to project on whether this fifth wave is going to end at this level or is going to end at that highest level there. But mainly we have to focus on that. And now on hourly, maybe on hourly specifically, what are we going to see there? Now in hourly time frame, mainly we can have a detailed view of what is happening here. We can have a detailed view of what is happening here. So now specifically here we had the first wave. Now 1 2 3 4 5 in any way. We may have the first wave. It had it took a form of diagonal. 1 2 3 4 5. It is a form of diagonal. So we can have the first wave here, and then the second wave at 10 level there to the top. So the third wave probably is getting completed here. So we'll have the fourth wave in any way. So we expect the fifth wave to the downside. So I can lower degrees in order to have a nice view now, in order to have a nice appearance of that wave structure. So I can lower degree. So in a hourly time frame, what are we looking here is a market formation. Now what we are looking here is just a market formation to the downside, whereby we had now in the third wave, we had the first wave, the second, the third, the fourth. So it is completing the fifth of the third wave, whereby it may move to this level, it may move to this level, or it may end within the spine of the third wave. If it will be truncated, it will end within the spine of the third wave, and then a correction, it may take any form now, and mainly correction in the fourth wave, they are sideways. So if it will be sideways, it may not move such deeper, maybe to up to this level, retesting this. Anything can happen. Maybe it may move deeper to retest this, but it is very rare. We expect it may spine to this level, hitting this level, then keeping on moving to the downside to complete the fifth wave down. So after completion of that fifth wave down, it is when we will be looking for the market formation, if it will support buy. If it is going to support buy trades, so now this will be a better place to trade. Now this will be a very favorable place to buy trades. But the remaining segment here for the fifth wave to the downside, it's not that safe to trade. It's not that safe to trade. We have to wait for the market formation and to be able to trade this upward move. But if you'll be taking sell trades next week, you have to set those we call the small targets. You have to set very small targets. So now this was the target of this video, mainly to share this idea. So make sure that you like, you subscribe, you share, and you put your comments if you have anything. And I appreciate support from India, the +91 Republic of India. That is a very great support from that country. So thank you much for your support. But also I have Pakistan, also they do well, and also Tanzania. The first four countries, Tanzania is the fourth. So they are Pakistan, they are Malaysia, and also now we have India at the top. So they are the most supporting. They are the most supporting countries. So I respect and appreciate your support. So thank you for your time. and keep on watching other sessions from Awesome Forex. Thank you.